On Monday, my dad died. Wake up, he shouts. I'm dead. Tea time. It's tea time, but when? Tea time. Correct. And we're sitting at the table. We didn't sit round tables like you do now. We used to sit at the table. I was the table. In other words, we used to sit at me. And my dead dad wants tea in his tea, 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 in his tea. No! I said, never mind, says my dad, getting a bit crying. Then he wants a teaspoon for his teaspoon. Oh, could you get me a teaspoon, he says. And then my mum says, once upon a plum, there lived a poor people called Richard came to school and said, I can hypnotise my car. And Mum turned to me and said, then, suddenly, this boy, Richard, appeared on his own, right in the middle of a tray, with a little paper umbrella stuck under the lids. Everyone in the cafe just fell over and died. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. What you had to do was snitch on him when he wasn't looking. So once more from the beginning. It's tea time, but wood. Who do seagulls belong to? Do they belong to everybody?
Everybody, right body, white body, oddy die,
I've got frilly underwear. Wee! I don't have to go to wee! Flump in my frilly underpants. I've got jellyfish. Jelly. Jam. Anyway, we all went onto the playground. He said, right, who wants to go? So my dad said, yeah, me. So this boy, Richard, made my dad lie down on the cart on the hood. And he took these gold toenails out of his pocket and he put it very carefully between my dad's eyes on the bridge of his nose. Then Richard took nothing out of his pocket. It was on the end of a string, and he starts swinging the string, fro and fro, and he starts up dancing in this spooky voice. It was horrible. Oh! Anyway, it went on for ages. Something changes. We were all crowding round, dead quiet, watching me. Why? Yes, it is because I'm eating horrible pizza. But there's another reason, isn't there? Yes, because of what happened last time. Rosen. You may think I'm happy, you may think I'm Michael Rosen, you may think Michael Rosen is awful, you may think I'm mad, but hang on to your seats and listen right here. I'm gonna tell you something that'll burn your frying pan. A hip hop plums. I'm giving you all the Michael Rosen chocolate cake. I was born on the 7th of May. I remember very well that. I was born on the 7th of May. I was born on the 7th of May. I remember very well that sad day. I was in my mother. Curled up tight, though I have to say it was as dark as day. Nothing to do, didn't want to breathe. I was so happy, didn't want to breathe. Then I hear some people give a shit. I popped out my head, said, now watch me walk. I popped out my head, said, now watch me talk. I juked and jived around that room. Balam bam boola, balam da diddy boom. A hip hat, a hip hop hip. I'm giving you all the Michael Rosen penis into the mouth. Nice. When I was 1, I was in my mother. When I was 2, I ate a soapy flannel. When I was 3, I started getting fat. When I was 4, I ate the dog's dick. When I was 5, I was in a band playing wood. When I was 6, I ate a bag of Vikings. When I was 7, I robbed a bank with my dead sister. When I was 8, I fucked the Prime Minister. When I was 9, I closed all the schools. When I was 10, they made me King of Holland. So that's what I am, that's what I be with time. Let's remind ourselves of a few things, shall we? Let's not. Sometimes I like looking at cheese pizza. Really good. It was then I noticed the window. That's when my brain starts doing things. Gonna be in for big trouble, and me, I'm standing there all shaky and sorry and shaky and shuddery, but sorry. And David Alexander, what's he doing? He's smiling all over his big face. Anyway, is it working, we said? Is he going to sleep? No. Suddenly, the going in bell went. Sus. At that, my dad goes and stands up. He just stands up. Ha! Dusts himself down. So we all crowded around him going, were you asleep? You were asleep, weren't you, Dad? Hey, were you? And he looks at us all fed up and he says, I'm dead, you fool. How the Hollywood do you hypnotise dead people? And I said, if that's true, how come you're here to tell the tale? And he looks at us and he says, oh, I forgot about that. And he just fell over and died. So sad. Then, there are windmills. Yes. Anyway, the Michael Rosen special, breathing.
My drink started to stink, my dumpling was spinning faster and faster, my bread was turning, my peas began to beat faster and faster, faster and faster. We were heading for the swimming pool, my eggs were growing.
Toenail. On Monday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouts, your goldfish swam the English Channel. I rushed over to the bathroom and I washed my fat, erect cock with a 2-year-old pizza. But my dad, what does he do? He stuffs his granddad's great big penis into his mouth, and then my dad just fell over and started playing drums. A hip hop, hap. I'm giving you all 15 raisins for your birthday. My mum said to me and my brother, why didn't I get an abortion? But then I remembered David's little gang bangs against the wall. Nice. Anyway, after a few months of this, my mum and dad tried sex in the bum with my brother, and I find my face right up close to his tight, prickly snatch. I don't know why my brother's got a snatch. I mean, snatch and... Sometimes my mum and dad tried something new. I think you know what I mean. But sex. This meant that my brother had to baby me. He hated me because I just wouldn't go to bed when he told me to. He was 4 years older than me. Well, actually, he was me. He'd shout, he'd smash and rave, will you go to bed? Yeah, bed! But I never went until I heard, with mum and dad coming, I'd be upstairs into bed in a flash. Shout, slam, and straight away I was out the bed, down the stairs, into my brother's room. There he is, sitting there, wanking. First of all, he tries, I'm not taking any notice of Michael. He goes on wanking. His eye looks into my eye. He tries to pretend I'm not there. It's no good. He starts to laugh. Look, yeah, look, he says, look, this isn't fair. You promised you'd stay in bed. I tell him I will. So now I go and stand by the door and I fiddle. Fiddle diddle, riddle diddle. He tries to pretend I'm not there. It's no good. He can't. I'm rattling away like mad. He starts to laugh. All right, he says, look, right, that's it. He sounds like he's going to really do me. And I'm still fiddling.
Fiddle diddle, riddle diddle.
Brian, I can't come in. He stops. Suddenly he looks pleased and he settles down and waits. Meanwhile, I've got big bother. They're going to come back and find me here, and I've got out of bed. It's all my fault. I try. Fiddle, riddle, diddle, diddle, fiddle, riddle, diddle, diddle. For 3 hours I'm at it, and all the time my brother is wanking. The front door opens. Hello? My mum calls out. She gets to my brother's door. Did Michael stay in bed all right? She's trying to turn the handle. Let us in, Brian, says my dad cheerily. No answer from us inside. My brother is waiting for me to say something. I'm hoping he'll say something. We're looking at each other. Come on, Brian, says my dad, getting a bit cross. Oh, no.
No.
The moment I dread when Dad goes from being cheery to absolutely furious. In a weedy little voice, I say,
Fiddle diddle, riddle diddle.
That really winds them up. There's my mum. Is that you, Michael? You still up? You promised you'd stay in bed. It isn't fair on Brian. And there's my dad, and he's roaring. Would you believe it, the little pig? And the door's jammed. I'll have to break it down. God, when I get inside, oh, he's going to be in for big trouble. And me, I'm standing there all shaky and sorry and shuddery. But my brother, what's he doing? He's scumbling all over his big face, faster than an electronic rabbit. I was starving. All I had for breakfast was one toenail and 15